Would you like to control your life with the power of thought? What if I told you this is possible, that the energy of this world is indeed material, and moreover, that it can be influenced telepathically? How does this happen, and how can we manage all of it? I got a lot of information from Nedes Dasonichnea. It is also a person whose abilities are not blocked, the author of Turnkey, courses on disconnection, as well as courses on intention. Today, we'll be discussing energies, their influence on our lives, where we can get energy, and whether it's possible to attract good luck and success using energy. I'd like to start from a general definition of energy. We've always been told that energy is all around us. We usually see it as something material, something with a physical nature, like atoms, protons, neutrons, and so on. But if we immerse ourselves just a bit in the feeling of these energies, we might realize that we sense something else, something beyond the usual physical atomic concept, something deeper than our normal human understanding, basically the realm where creation happens, where the essence of creation initially flows. It's what we sometimes call the creator unit. This unit is what makes up everything around us. It's the root cause of atoms, electrons, protons, neurons, and other particles. From their larger representations, we see crystalline grids and so on. Essentially, that creator unit is universal and can assume any form whatsoever. It has no structural limits because it's the original designer, the original clay, if you will, out of which absolutely anything can be molded. The entire initial universe was formed from it. This is the same fundamental energy of matter that burst out during the so-called big explosion, giving rise to absolutely everything. So, why am I telling you about this universal matter? Huh? The point is that it's not purely matter in the sense we normally think. Everything around us is a particle of energy. So in the aggregate, this matter carries vast energy and can adopt one form or another. You've heard correctly, all the protons, neutrons, and electrons that make up an atom don't just contain enormous energy potential. We've all heard about nuclear power plants, about atomic bombs. One tiny atom can hold a colossal energy charge. Now imagine how much energy is in a small piece of radioactive ware that can trigger a huge boom. So why am I telling you all this about the energy equivalent of matter, its energy charge, and how brimming with kinetic potential it is? It's nearly impossible to wrap our heads around that. This is the original energy of creation, the primary energy of our universe and its creator. Now, you might ask, alright, if matter carries this enormous power, what force can control it? How can we telepathically influence it if it's so strong by nature? Let me say one thing first. Let's consider the nature of human energy and try to feel it out. If you stop to think about it, how do you picture your own energy? Your spiritual energy. Usually, we hear about it in vague, abstract terms. Yes, we have spiritual energy, but no one quite explains what it really is, how to see or touch it, or how it might act upon reality. We rarely hear anything about the true power of our internal spiritual energy, not even in esoteric teachings that try to talk about it. They are often quite abstract and don't mention that we can use this energy to influence physical reality, something we can actually see, touch, and apply. I won't even talk now about how, if we build up our energy, we might sense it physically in our bodies. The question is, how can I tangibly feel this energy in the same way I observe atomic energy all around me? Think about it right now. Maybe leave a comment about it. When you think of the material energy you learned about in physics class, how strong it is, can you feel that magnitude? Then compare it to your own spiritual energy. Do you sense that? Do you even connect with it at all, or know what it does, how it does it, or how to gauge its potential for controlling anything? Many of us are left scratching our heads, wondering, what am I supposed to feel? Do I feel anything at all? Meanwhile, matter's energy is a massive primal force. And believe it or not, it actually yields to only one single, stronger energy that structures it and sets it in order, namely, the energy of the spirit. Yes, you heard me. Your energy structures the energy of matter. By its nature, although you've never been told so, the spirit's energy is the one shaping matter. Ignorance of the universe's laws doesn't cancel out the laws of physics. Every day, every second, we use this phenomenon. Even you, just by clicking on this video, hearing my voice, absorbing this information. None of it is random coincidence. This is the result of how your spiritual energy works with the matter energy of this world. Everything is interconnected. Our spirit energy, our intentions, constantly interacts with matter's energy, fueling it each time we engage with external reality. We give it a form. Yes, I can imagine you saying, "Oh no, Nadezhda, you've gone off track. I see a chair. It doesn't become a closet just because I will it so." Correct. Our world has certain physical rules that we can't just shatter. Chairs stay chairs, no matter how hard we call them a closet. But that's not the entire story. Even if we can't readily reshape a crystal structure, though in some cases we can have hint, like how certain Shaolin monks leave footprints in solid stone or reshape it with their hands. That is a partial change of the crystal lattice. It's tough, yes. So if changing crystal lattices is difficult, what is more accessible to us? What can we easily and effortlessly influence? The answer is event lines. Indeed, no one controls our events except us. Not someone up above, not your neighbor, not your spouse, no one but you. And you're already doing it. You use that management of event lines to arrive at this video. The difference is that you do it mostly unconsciously. You're steering your own world, your own reality, your own destiny, unaware that you're basically a Formula One racer who's behind the wheel, someone who could drive at all but doesn't realize it yet. Yet most people believe their life is beyond their control, that their future events can be changed or predicted. If everyone understood how to consciously manage event lines, we wouldn't bother with horoscopes, fortune tellers, and so on. We'd simply know, I'm here controlling my life from tomorrow to next year. But right now, if I ask you how you're doing that, you probably can't explain because you do it instinctively, like breathing. We all know that if we concentrate, we can hold our breath, which means our body is under our command. The same goes for events in our lives. We can shift from a passive observer who merely reacts to circumstances to someone actively controlling our destiny and the energy of matter. Today, I'll tell you how. Before we continue, let me mention that, due to the slowdowns on YouTube and its precarious standing in the Russian Federation, and because VPN usage isn't always convenient, I've decided to provide alternative platforms for people to watch my videos. First, I've moved to VK. I'm not a big fan of that platform, but I've created a community there where I duplicate all my videos. So if your VPN is laggy, feel free to subscribe to my VK community and watch there. I've also transferred many older videos to YouTube and other sites, though it's a challenge because I've recorded about 100 videos so far. On YouTube, there's an auto transfer function. As for Yandex.Zen, I've opened a page there as well, posting both videos and interesting articles. You can find me there, and do remember to join my Telegram, because sometimes these Russian platforms have glitches or certain videos don't upload correctly. In Telegram, you'll see at a glance which new videos are out on which platforms, plus some compelling world news that I share. Now, back to the topic of energy. I want to touch on a crucial question, which basically explains why we tend to manage our energy unconsciously. How come I can't manifest everything I want in life if my power is so extraordinary, like Superman? The short, prosaic answer is fear. Fear prevents us from consciously doing it. Fear is the bottleneck that keeps us from consciously shaping our reality. Each time we approach an important situation in life, we ask ourselves, what if I can't handle this? Or what if I'm not good enough for the job? You might say, that's silly. If I want something, of course I'll manage it. But it's not so simple. Our conscious mind does want something, but our subconscious, where certain fears and blocks reside, starts pushing back. These two forces collide, creating a dead center, a limbo where we move neither right nor left. That's how our unacknowledged fears stop us from manifesting what we want in life. On top of that, We're often told that external factors dictate our destiny, that we're not in control. That kind of message fosters even more doubt. So these two factors, one, lack of awareness and knowledge of how we shape reality, and two, subconscious fears, keep us from harnessing our spiritual energy over matter in a conscious way. We already do it, but not consciously. They might have told you, you're not really breathing on your own, but that doesn't prevent your lungs from functioning. The same with shaping reality, it happens, even if they say it doesn't. Physics stands no matter how people interpret it. Consider also those observer effect, which science can't fully explain. It's the phenomenon where matter changes its properties under a person's observation. That's a direct glimpse of how spirit can shape matter. But let's slow down. Why do we experience what we experience? Because no one taught us these laws of consciousness. And fear-based programming within us supercharges the matter around us with negative images. When we fear we're unworthy, we project that into reality and matter responds, making it so. This is like that old joke, an angel behind you is writing down every complaint. My life sucks, my boss is a tyrant, my kids are failing at school, and then, poof, you get precisely that, except it's not an angel, it's the energy of matter picking up your thoughts and turning them into real events. If your deeply ingrained belief is, I don't deserve a good job, that's the scenario you broadcast to the universe. And then you live up that exact broadcast. You might say, I never wanted misery or pain, but your subconscious might have internalized certain defeats or negative outcomes from the past, so your fear-based will is pushing life in that direction. But here's a crucial thing, your spirit's energy isn't the only driver. Everyone around you also wields their own spirit energy, so you can have conflicts of will, a kind of wrestling match. The stronger intent or will wins, shaping the outcome. People often misunderstand this dynamic. They see themselves losing a conflict of wills and conclude, I'm just weak. I guess I can't do anything. They internalize that as I'm powerless, though. Fear arises from these moments, but that doesn't have to be the case. Your will simply wasn't consciously directed that time, yet it's always possible to reclaim it. You see, the power we use to manage matter is mostly unconscious. By contrast, conscious will, the clear understanding of what you really want, is the foundation of will in general. When you start hearing yourself, truly discerning, I want this or that clarity comes your base of intention, helping you overcome deep-seated fears and blocks. A firm sense of what you need becomes the frame of your intention. That sets a concrete foundation, a clear will. That's what makes real choice. That's what makes your reality and your management of matter's energy more deliberate. So, to wrap up, firstly, you need to realize that everything happening around you is rooted in your choices, whether you project them consciously or unconsciously onto the energy of matter. Secondly, you finally need to want it to make your first conscious declaration of intention toward matter's energy, so you can begin managing these processes. Thirdly, perhaps most important, to learn the nature of choice. Turn inward, reveal your deepest emotions and desires, and ask, what do I truly want, and which fears stop me? For then, with an act of will, you break down those fears. For welcome to a consciously managed world. So, if you want to dive deeper into the nature of reality and intentions, learning about how to frame intentions, how to achieve goals, the blocks that hold us back, real life examples, practical tips, I encourage you to check out my course on intention. There, I explain in detail how to consciously harness intention and shape your reality. The results have been phenomenal. Some folks have done seemingly impossible things, like buying plots of land worth $1 million for 1,000 money and so forth. You can read testimonials on my website. Participants say it's the best intention course they've encountered, the only one that truly teaches how to manage your reality consciously. Alright, that's all for now. I love you all. Big hugs, thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe and share my channel. Become a member of my Telegram channel and discuss with like-minded people as a supporting club member.